My job is really difficult to stand after Professor Joyson. Hence, I've got two options. One is simply to walk out or try my luck. We have been all enchanted by what he has said. And we all strongly, I guess, started believing that yes, we can do it. I am going to talk a few minutes on what we have done in our healthcare system. You may be all thinking that I'm a doctor from West Bengal, and all of the people of West Bengal and adjoining states, they go to South India for treatment. So what the hell, I'm going to talk about the health care and health delivery and health achievement of a meager state like West Bengal. Let's start from pre-COVID era. You all know that COVID has been an event which has divided the health system of the world in pre-COVID and post-COVID or quasi-post-COVID era. COVID is still there, but much less. India as a country has done phenomenally well in the COVID time. I'm sure the critics will say that we did not have enough oxygen, we did not have enough ICU bed, we did not have enough ventilator. Yes, we did it. Nobody is saying that we did. Look at the Western world. They also had the same problem. They could not ventilate countries like Italy, country like France. Professor Shane has mentioned about France many times. Now these are rich countries. They are developed countries, their per capita income is much ahead of us. Their per capita GDP allocation for healthcare is much ahead of us. I'll just take up a value of US, which is the best country in the world as we know. US government spends about $9,000 per capita for health of an US citizen. India spends about $64 per Indian citizen in our country. So you can see the difference. Even with that spending, they could not ventilate many people. They actually refused to ventilate people over 80 on the premonition that these guys are useless. At least we did not have such idea. We still respected our parents, our grandparents, and we wanted them to be alive with us. If you look at the COVID treatment protocol, for the first time in the history of our country, we were actually contributing to the COVID treatment plans in the world. We are the contributing country to say that plasma therapy does not work in COVID. ICMR did the trial, got it published, and plasma therapy was then not practiced. I can take many examples, but I don't want to bore you. But the fundamental principle, what I'm trying to say, is that in COVID time, Indians have shown, as well as our state has shown, that we are no inferior. That gives a confidence to us. That gives a confidence to our friends and colleagues that not only our forefathers, starting from 1924, 25 onwards, not only our forefathers who have spent and given life for this Azadi, what we are celebrating now, we also have contributed. Our generation had the same privilege of contributing to the healthcare, to the benefit of the country. A lot of doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, ambulance drivers, pharmacists have died. And they have died to help others. Now when you join army, you are being told that you will be sent to the front line and you can die. And you were respected for that. If you see an army man, I'm sure all of you have got this feeling that if you see an army man, you feel good for him. I do, and I'm sure you all do. Because this is the man who is going to die for me. Similarly, doctors, nurses, healthcare workers, they give their life to save us as a society. So that, I take the cue from Professor Shen, that yes, we can. We have made mistakes, there's no doubt about it. Everybody has made mistakes. We are no perfect. We can only be perfect if we go back to this Aatmadeep. We all know that our fundamental eternal truth that's been propagated by our ancient religion or Sanatana Dharma as we know it is Aham Brahmasmi. That means that I am the ultimate, I am the final. So if we are having that heritage of Aham Brahmasmi, then there is no better time than this where we as a country, we are proving that yes, we can. We have made phenomenal progresses in various fields. Come in science, look at our performance of ISRO, look at the satellites we have been able to put up, look at the computer and technology industry, look at the soft power of our country across the globe. No longer it is a hindrance to have an Indian passport in a foreign land. I have had the privilege of going outside the country many times in my life, and I have seen the difference myself. From 1994 when I first went, and say 2018 or 19 when I last went, there has been a difference in the way I am seen in some foreign land. No longer I am a bloody Indian, but are you from India? That tonation has changed. And I think that is an achievement as a country. I think it is not just conquering some foreign land or throwing some missiles or bombs or whatever fancy artilleries we have got that only makes us big and powerful. I think these soft powers are equally important. And healthcare is a brilliant example of that. My father could never imagine that somebody would fly from Australia to India to have a knee replacement. My grandfather, who was a doctor from the same medical college I have qualified from, could never dream that somebody would come from France to have some fancy cosmetic job in India, which is a lot cheaper in India than in France. And what does it tell us? It tells us that those people have started having this faith on our Indian system. That no longer it is a land of fakirs and snake charmers. You all know that we have been portrayed in 60s outside India as a land of snake charmers, Shapure and fakirs. No longer that is true. So this makes me proud and confident that 10 years down the line, we will do even better. We will improve our public health, that's our weakness. There's no doubt that we are not very rich. Historically, Indian society, as was being shown there, was maintained by the sages. And nobody can say that a sage was a very rich man. The sages were the controlling person for the king, but they were not the king. They only had food once. They had no clothes to wear. They were walking. They did not have horse cart. You have never seen a photograph of any of the Indian sages who were wearing a horse cart or an elephant. They were on the feet on the street. And that's the concept we have in our mind. So yes, we will go further. Our public health achievement has been the COVID vaccination. When we started COVID vaccination, the healthcare worker, I had the privilege being the healthcare worker to have the first COVID vaccine in my hospital when still Prime Minister were on air talking about the COVID vaccine. And nobody could believe, put your heart, hand on your heart and say, yes, you did, that Indians all will be vaccinated. Not once, but twice. 150 crore vaccination has already been given. Nobody could believe that. Everybody thought Indians will not be vaccinated and these guys will die like a rat. And look what has happened. Look at the mortality in US in COVID, look at the mortality in India in COVID. You will say that the data are fudged. How much fudge you can do? Maybe 5% fudging? Even if we accept 5% fudge, still we have done better. I personally felt that the COVID app will not work. I thought that because it has got access by all of us, some virus will go, somebody will do some mischief in the app and the app will crash. But look at the COVID app now. I was talking to Professor Joyshen. I can still download my vaccine certificate right now here in front of you. And imagine this app is open to all of us. So all the hackers in the planet, starting from Nigeria to Russia to wherever the planet is, they have got access to, block the app. They couldn't do it. Look at our healthcare system in relation to maternal and child health. Very small example, giving iron treatment by ASHA workers to all the villagers and small town places in our country. This is a remarkable success. You possibly don't know about this because this is not your daily thing. It doesn't come in any of the news media. And it is not a fighting point that two political parties will fight on it. Hence you don't know. But these are truth. The maternal mortality rate in India has gone down remarkably in the last 6-7 years. So these are achievements. And it will grow. I've got full faith on my system, our system, that it will improve. We live in present. However bright is the future, however fantastic was the past, we have got no other option but to live in present. So we have to build our present so that we can secure our next generation's present. Because that future, which is uncertain for us, is the present for our next generation. So we have to leave a good present for them. So that's my wish, pray and request to all of us, including myself, that we should work together to leave a healthy future which becomes a present for our future generation. Thank you.